All right, we're live. I don't know if I should call this episode 56, This Life in Tech. I'm Jason.
And I'm Dan, here with my lions.
Yeah. Why are they all male, by the way? I just thought about that.
Well,
Is that like a homoerotic Spartan thing or?
maybe we're going to be duking it out later to see which one's going to be alpha.
Well, when you're king, it doesn't fucking matter, does it?
Hey, these are all my challengers all the time. When you're on top, everyone's always trying to take you down.
I just always perceive myself like Barnabas Collins. Oh man, dude. So I've been fired up for probably the better part of a week about this immune system bullshit.
Well, before we get into that, which is going to be fun because we're pretty much on the same page with that. I decided, and I'll give a little brief next episode, but I picked up the new Pixel book.
Ooh, I was going to ask you actually, because we were talking last time about Chromebooks and thin client. We've talked about that a couple sessions ago, right?
Yeah. So I picked one up, because I really like my Surface Pro. And the Surface book is not bad. Like I like it, but it's so heavy. It doesn't give me the, like when I travel and stuff like that, that Surface book is just, it's too much. But the Pixel book, okay. I went and checked it out. It's light. I still get or I can use it as a tablet. OneNote and all that stuff still available. So the stuff that I need to do, I'm going to try it out. Why not?
Are there different models?
So the Pixel book is the one directly from Google. There are Chromebooks, which are like Dell and Asus and all that.
So what I meant is like, how like there's the iPad Pro and it comes in different sizes and different memory configurations.
Yeah. In this case, they're both 8 gigs of memory, but it's either 128 gigs of storage or 256.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah. I'm like, if everything's in, OneDrive or Google Drive or whatever, you just see, the image of it anyway.
Right.
So I don't care.
Yeah.
So
dude, that ain't too bad. And the price is spot on.
It's $8.99. And the 256 one, I think, was like, $9.99 or something like that. So it's got the pen, all that kind of jazz. I'm going to check it out. I mean,
wait. Pause. What did you just say?
I think the 128 is $8.99, and then the 256 gig is $9.99.
No. It comes with a pen.
Oh yeah. Just like the Surface Pro.
Dude, because I use my iPad Pro kind of like a Wacom tablet for when I'm teaching math classes, so I can draw on the whiteboard.
Right.
But because you have 2 sessions, it starts to lag a little bit. So it's not really doable. And I like the Surface Pro pen. But the Surface Pro, and I have a Pro 4, isn't necessarily like a good teaching device because the screen's so small. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it costs more than this.
Yeah.
And the iPad Pro, I have a 9-inch, costs more than this, and you have to buy that pen fucking separately.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I have no idea. I mean, I'm gonna check it out. I'll play around with it, and we'll see what happens.
So does it fold flat, or does it always fold like at an angle?
No idea. It's still in the box. I literally just bought it.
What the fuck you bring it up? God damn it, man. Are you going to unbox it on this show?
We could. I could go get it and unbox it, see what it's like. We got time.
Do it, pussy.
Sure. I'll go get it. Well, you get everyone started on our stuff, and I'll go get and we'll unbox it right now.
All right. Yeah. So I'll get the segue going. So Dan and I have been having this long-standing discussion about what we perceive to be these snake oil shills, particularly in cyber defense, which is interesting because this is the first sign that they're absolutely 100% full of shit. Here's our defense software, and it works like an immune system. Okay, so 1, immune systems aren't reactive in the sense it's not a defensive trait. It's actually very proactive and it's very offensive oriented. And we'll get into this in a minute, and I'll break down some of the biology for this. On top of that, it's not actually just one thing. So Oh, you went and got it?
Yeah.
All right. So hold on. Let me show everybody this. And then, because I'm just breaking down the fact that the first sign that these people are absolutely full of shit when they're shilling immune systems as defense software is an immune system isn't defensive. It's not
Oh,
defensive in any way, stretch of the form. And it's not one thing. Check this out, my friends. Those are the cells that are in a mammalian immune system. Do you notice how there's more than one? In fact, there's more than one pair. And they all do different things at different times to different types of cells based on the conditions in our body. Now, this is the last thing I'll say, and then we'll get on with this unboxing. This is why these, the second reason why these people are full of shit. Because when was the last time you were sick? I was sick actually last week after flying with a bunch of dirty people that don't wash their hands on an airplane. I got sick
yeah.
because my immune system took time to kill what was in my body. And guess what? Sometimes it doesn't work and we die. Right? Sometimes it's compromised, the immune system, and it can't work strong enough to ever clear you of whatever infection you have. In some cases, it overworks and that causes disease.
Or
like lupus.
the best part is it'll just start attacking yourself.
Yes. Yes.
So
it'll eat you alive from the inside out.
Imagine you're at a company and all of a sudden, you didn't get compromised. Your cyber defense just started attacking all of your employees.
Yeah, man. So this comes, let's finish this and we'll get in with the unboxing. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, because I get ramped up, man, this really gets me fired up. Years and years and years ago, in a field called artificial life. So this is not artificial intelligence. This is called artificial life. And the overarching goals of that field of study, which is a scientific discipline, is to model existing life forms in what we perceive to be computation. So hardware, software. So this is where you look at things like robotics, automated agent behavior. Like, for instance, if you've ever looked at a school of fish or a flock of birds in a video game, that's an artificial life algorithm that's working. Genetic algorithms are in the field of artificial life, so forth and so on. But the goal isn't to produce intelligent life. The goal is to model life that already exists so that we can understand it computationally. And some people came up with this idea that you could somewhat analogize an immune system to an intrusion detection system. And that works as long as you're only talking about the part of the immune system that identifies infection. And that's one small part of the immune system. Right? Okay. So wait, real quick. Check this out. And then here's the other clue. God damn it, these people. Do you know what the T stands for in T cell? Or see how this one's called a natural killer?
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are called killer T cells. Guess what they do? They go around killing shit. And they eat it. They surround it and they engulf it and digest it. And then they poop it out. Oh, and you know what else happens during that cycle? Your own cells start getting killed because they get in the way. They're ruthless. They're absolutely ruthless. So, like, if you've ever had like any kind of infection, like a cold,
sure,
and you go to the doctor and they feel your neck. They feel those what some people call adenoids. They're lymph nodes. You know why they're full? Because they're full of the fucking dead.
Yeah,
they're full of the dead left behind when these killer T cells get a hold of shit, and they absolutely wreck. They wreck, and they're ruthless. They're Terminators. That's what I've always imagined as a junior biologist. T stood for was Terminator. It's not, but it might as well be because that's what they're like. They get turned on. They're fed the biological blueprint or fingerprint, you will, of whatever it is they want to get killed, your body, that is, and they're cut loose in legion. Well, in a healthy person, let's say. Anyway, God damn it, man, these people.
Well, and the great part about this is that every conference, I see these people that are doing this stuff all the time, right? And so what I do to antagonize the ninja over here is I will send him the screen pictures of it all the time. So that way it gets them even more riled up all the time. And how this all started is, again, earlier in the week, another person said, "Oh, I'm going to give a talk about how cyber security needs to be like immune systems." I'm going, I didn't think active defense was allowed. I didn't think we were really truly allowed to attack back. Here's the thing. If it worked this way in any system, how come we have the same type of virus that's been going around for years? Computer virus, that is. They still get around your antivirus engine all the time.
Yeah. Well, so, and here's the other thing too. Oh my God, dude, this really gets me riled up. And this is why I'm glad I seriously studied biology as a science. In addition to, by the way, because this is the next thing we're going to talk about, are all these people that are shitting on the liberal arts as if it doesn't in some way elevate our species. You're full of shit too, and you're next. But so back to biology, which is where I actually started my, let's say, academic career. This is an autonomic system. You don't think about it. You don't have to think, hey, I have an infection, body produce T cells and deploy. You never think about it. Right. It happens behind the scenes, automagically, and it does the best thing it can. Well, okay, so here's the other thing too. You know how it works? You have to get sick first. Now, we're born with some blueprints for some common types of, let's just say, I'm broadly using infection. I don't mean any type of specific kind, viral or bacterial. So we have some blueprint, and we're passed on some of this through the actual birth process from our mothers. And then that evaporates. And that's why you need immunized. All right. So what's in an immunization? Weakened or dead infection. And so your body essentially copies that blueprint, stores it, and then it can, when it sees it again, it matches it. And this is the only rough analogy you could ever draw to antivirus, right? Because it works off somewhat of a signature, but it's a very complicated chemical and almost in some cases DNA-based signature. It's super advanced, right? Super advanced. Because
unlike we know it is, which is not advanced at all, and it actually sucks.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work at all. So, and this is the clue of how complex this system is it can go haywire and kill you. But if you don't have it in any way, shape, or form, you're dead in a very short amount of time. Because what is AIDS? AIDS is a complicated compromise of the immune system to the point where it can't defend you anymore from any type of infection.
Right.
That's why most people with AIDS die from something simple like a cold or pneumonia.
Yeah, which is why you're also on such a heavy dose of antiviral, so that way your immune system can work.
Yeah, because viruses are way more advanced than bacteria in terms of being able to kill us.
Right. It's so funny that it's the amount, you've studied biology. Mine has just been, rudimentary. But it's just funny when people start talking about it, and I go, you understand that there's no relationship whatsoever. No, and this is more clickbait.
It is, because people get impressed by, oh my God, I'll have an immune system. I understand what my immune system is. First of all, no, you don't, which is sad. I wish we did, as a species, understand basic biology better, since we're biological in nature. And if you did, you would realize how much bullshit that is, and how it's just a ploy to get people that don't know better to spend more money than they want to on something that doesn't work at all. It can't, because it's not that.
It's mind-boggling. This is like the exact reason why CISOs should never report anywhere other than the CIO.
That's right.
And people can argue this till they're blue in the face. I don't really care. They don't understand business. They don't understand technology in general. There are always going to be some that do. But you want to make a difference? The CISO folks, the security folks, better start learning technology and how it works end to end, and then move from a CISO into CTO or CIO. Then you can actually embed security from the beginning. But CISOs buy into this marketing BS constantly because they don't understand how the end-to-end technology works. Basically, this is why I say to all these people, I don't want someone that necessarily graduated with a degree in cybersecurity. Give me someone who did a computer science background with a minor in cybersecurity or has an interest in it. because they understand the end to end, and I can teach them the security component. I mean, my undergrad was in computer science. It wasn't in security. I did a master's in it, doctorate in it, but didn't start off that way. So they start buying into all this stupid clickbait. I mean, this is why you'll make statements when most organizations are still run on thick clients, and then you go, we should use a Chromebook. Well, unless you've got a great virtualized desktop infrastructure, that Chromebook does you no good. Why do you make the statement? Because you don't know about the rest of technology. And this is why you and I have talked about penetration testing is a entry-level skill now. It
is with very dubious value.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. At some point, at some undetermined time, there is a vulnerability that can be exploited. Thanks for that revelation. Take me up the mountain and give me the goddamn clay tablets.
Yeah. Well, as I said, this what appears to occur is the CISO is more and more like Chicken Little every single day. And every day we have an internet-ending event.
Yeah. Wait. But and this to me is the irony. So check this out. I can almost guarantee you, based on my own observation, which is obviously correct, that the same people that buy into this monkey shit of, hey, let's deploy an immune system into our network are the same people that say, I don't want an automated car because it'll kill me. Oh, wait, we shouldn't have artificial intelligence because it's going to wake up and eat the planet. You fucking moron. Do you have any idea what would happen if you put an immune system in your network? There's a high probability that it's going to eat you.
Oh, wait, if we actually did get an immune system in our network, then our artificial intelligence really will kill us. Okay? Then we will have Skynet at that point because we are now the threat. Because the threat to any enterprise is people.
Well, it even breaks. You and I have maybe we have the benefit of starting as network engineers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I just want to look at network security, what's the one thing I typically look at eliminating? Machines talking to machines when they shouldn't be talking.
Like IPv6, which is peer-to-peer networking.
Yeah, right? Don't get me started. That's another session we should do. Jesus Christ. I mean, how many decades have we been told we can't use IPv4 anymore because we're going to run out? And yet, dude, I don't run IPv6 at all. Anyway, back to my point. What was I saying? Oh, about deploying the immune system.
Yeah.
So you want to limit the amount of, let's say, mesh or crosstalk between machines. Like accounting should never be able to talk to payroll if those are separate departments. Or maybe you separate HR on its own segment from accounts payable, whatever, right? That's fairly good principle in architecture. Do you know you can't do that if you have an immune system? And do you understand why? Because the immune system has a complicated signaling mechanism in which, in order for it to work, it has to be able to talk to its separate pieces.
Yeah.
Because guess what happens when it can't? It goes crazy and it starts killing everything.
Yeah. Because it's like everything's a compromise.
That's right. Everything becomes a threat, and it goes haywire and starts eating everything up. I mean, it's laughable. I would listen. I've never actually personally been at a conference where I saw this, but if I ever end up in the presence of somebody selling this, I will not only laugh at them, but I don't know what I'll do. Beyond laughing.
Well, because I'm going to go to RSA this year, and I'm going to see some vendors going to be just pitching this type of product. And every year I go up there and I'm like, that's not how an immune system works.
Live stream it, man, and get me on there. Yeah. And get me on there. You got to be kidding me. Now, listen, I don't blame the people because those are just salespeople, right? And they got a job to do. I dig it, right? But come on, man. Really? Come on.
They'll never know.
No, why don't we just break it down to something simple like network segmentation? That seems to be fairly effective, at least for 90% of the threats. Well, you and I talked about it before, and this is where people also don't understand. What is this? Oh, Jesus. Oh, you got it. Okay, yeah. Let me get this point out real quick in one box. Because here's the thing. If you view this from a business perspective, if I can contain my decision-making matrix to 5-10% of the possible problem space, I don't have to worry about 90 or 95% of it, right? Because I've taken care of it through simple technological changes or controls. So now I only have to deal with 5 or 10%. Okay, I can do that. I can use more technology to help me, and then I can just accept things. Not if you don't think about it.
And everything in security, there is some level of thought that has to go into all of it.
Dude, you know, the cybersecurity professional vertical has turned into one giant Deepak Chopra self-help spiel. And it's sickening. It's sickening. It's nothing but woo.
It's irritating at this point, which is why I moved to the technology side. I can embed security into everything because I have more influence.
Yep.
Systems have practically zero influence. All they are is Chicken Little at this point.
Yeah, they're Chicken Little in a too tight traffic cop outfit.
Yep. So are you able to see the whole thing, or is it blocking out with this?
There. Your chroma key's picking up the reflection, I think, off the plastic.
That's fine. What we'll do is we will just boom.
There we go.
Now we've got everything.
Now we got it. Turn heads. Indeed.
Yeah, at least it's pretty interesting. So there we go. Boom. All right, let's see what this thing looks like here.
And I have to imagine that thing's pretty light, yeah?
That's when I went and picked it up. I was like, wow, and it's a hard shell. So
nice. Man, I'm actually kind of excited about this.
Yeah, let's see this bad boy.
The sound of sweet plastic being ripped. Nice.
Pixelbook. Pixelbook. Not a Chromebook.
Nope, Pixelbook.
How is this thing? Is it taped? Oh, there we go.
I will say this, though, man, while you're doing this. One of the concerns I always have in the back of my mind, personally, this is a personal thing, with Google and Google branded products is their propensity to push something out, charge for it, and then abandon it down the road. I'm still a little salty about getting butt fucked over my Google Glass.
Well, not enough people bought into it. I think that's a big problem. That's the problem.
Because it was $1,500. Now, listen, I love it. I mean, it's sitting right here. I'm thinking about selling it.
Here we go. And it
wow.
hard on both sides. It shuts flat.
That's thin.
Yeah. Yeah. USB-C.
Does it have a headphone jack?
I don't think it has anything. No, it does.
It has a
jack right there.
Fuck yes.
This is the volume button. I know that. Bam. This is very thin power button. Oh, it's got two USB-Cs.
Nice. So does it have a separate AC adapter power port?
No, it's USB-C.
Yeah, right. I just wanted to make sure. Dude, wow.
Not too shabby.
Not at all.
And let's see. Yeah, it's just straight. Just like any other.
Yep. That's the way to go, man. Because sometimes, even if you get a small, let's say 12 or 13 inch micro laptop, the fucking AC adapter weighs more than it.
Yeah. This is a regular. Let's see what the amp is on if it puts it in it. Of course, it's like such. So, all right. So this is just probably a thing that sucks for me. So they give you the white, and then the printing on it isn't like light gray. I can't read it.
I know, right? Oh God.
The
how big is that screen, man? Is that a 13 inch?
I don't know. Let's see here. All right, hold on.
You just turned it on, huh?
Yeah. So the input. No, that's my phone flashlight.
Oh, so you read the goddamn gray type on the white.
Input's just 1.2 amp. Output is 3 amp. So not a 3 amp. So it's just like any of the smartphones basically today.
Right. Which means it's probably interchangeable.
Yeah.
So that's nice. You're not tied into this proprietary AC adapter that if it breaks or catches on fire, you lose it in a hotel, you're fucked.
Correct. Let's see if there's any where the specs are on this guy. I think it might be. Yeah. Get to know your Chromebook. Like literally, I didn't really do anything.
No, I think that's an impressive piece of machinery, man.
Yeah, I was looking to see if it had like on the box or something like that, whether or not it was 12-inch or whatever. I have no idea.
I imagine it's somewhere between 10 and 13. That's my guess. Let me look at the stats up real quick. Well, and so even just a couple years ago, having a 128 because it's solid state drive, yeah. I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
Having a 128, it's a 12.3 screen, so that's decent.
Yeah. All right. So check this out. I plugged it in to just a standard wall jack with what I use for my phone. I mean, it's like a low. It does come up. It did come up and give me the message and saying, "Hey, it's a low power charger." So, because I'm using a generic one that's
right,
probably, I think it's only like a 1.2. It's not a powerful one, just one that I can just keep around.
Right.
But
well, at least if that's all you had, and you have to hop like on a Skype meeting or some shit, you know what I mean?
It's enough to keep it powered up.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's at 81%. It's light. Screen's pretty nice. It's hard shell. So I mean, it's the only thing I don't like about the regular Surface Pro is that I have to use that other type of
you have to buy the clamshell.
Yeah.
With the keyboard, which I actually like the tactile.
Oh, dude, look, boom. It just goes all the way around.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. Now, whoop. Yeah, pretty damn nice.
And it feels sturdy on the hinges, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if it comes apart or not. I have zero knowledge on it yet. I mean, it's literally, looks like it does.
Oh, dude, if it comes apart, I might have to go buy one today.
I mean, we'll find out here in a moment. Get to know your Pixel book. No, but at least it doesn't look like it.
But even if it doesn't, as long as it folds flat.
Yeah, I mean, it folds all the way flat for sure. So it says it can do, so the tent is just, now you're just going like this. Okay.
Right. Yeah, which is nice because then it has a stand built in, which is always obviously a concern, like especially on an airplane.
Right. Well, yeah, because even on the airplane part, you can just go.
Right.
Keyboard is deactivated at this point.
Yeah, that was my next question. If it auto deactivates the keyboard when you turn it a certain way.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Dude, that's filthy sexy. Well, and the beauty of it now, man, is the apps are catching up. And that's what was punishing us.
It runs any Android app. So I can run the basically Android version of Microsoft Office.
Yeah.
But I mean, with the Google Docs, not a big deal.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. That's a killer.
Yeah. And it's, I don't teach class this week. So I teach class in a couple weeks. So I'm going to try and teach class from it because there's an Adobe Connect client.
There is, and it's actually pretty decent, man. There's a little bit of limited functionality from like a full browser, but man, no, I want to see how that works.
Just to correct, the pen is separate, but it was like I think it was like $69 or something like that.
Oh, that ain't bad though.
No, it's not like the Surface Pro.
Now, like the Surface Pro pen takes what, AAA batteries?
Yeah, this one does too.
Okay, and the Apple Pen or pencil, whatever the fuck they call it, you have to charge it, and it has like a little adapter that, man, it's so. I mean, I've misplaced mine several times.
Oh, that sucks.
And here's the thing that drives me crazy. Answer this if you can. Does the pen itself have its own battery display?
I don't know.
Because that's the one thing
that up now too.
Perfect. Because the thing that drives me crazy about the Apple Pencil or whatever it is I have no idea unless I look at a widget on my iPad where its battery status is. So when it's about to die, there's no warning. It just dies.
There's probably something. Oh, and it's only one. Oh, my bad, dude. It's a quad A.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
But
fine.
um, I bet that there's probably some type of status that displays on the Pixel book. It's not bad. I'll check. I'll start. Again, I'm going to be playing with this thing all week.
Yeah. Well, and I don't even mind like a little battery status dock like you have on the device itself. My
Yeah.
problem with on the iPad Pro that I have with the pencil is you have to actually switch into like a notification widget to look at it.
Right. Right.
You can't look at it on the main screen. So I have to go a couple menus deep. And of course, because I don't do it often, I always forget and it drives me up the wall.
Yeah. So I'm pretty impressed with just how light it is, because that's the thing. As much as I travel, I'm not looking to take that big old Surface Book. Now, mind you, the Surface Book is nice. All right, I can still use it for all those things. Great, but I can't see myself if I'm a road warrior. I would not advise anyone to get this thing because it weighs as much as like my Alienware laptop. It's a gaming laptop. It's like weighs the same thing.
That's
So I
right.
might as well just bring that and play games, because the video card in that Surface Book is not enough to play any, you know, realistic game. Not like when Star Wars Online or WoW or Diablo or anything like. It's not playing anything like that. I can play Civilization on it.
Right.
It's graphic intense. It's not happening.
And that's fun until Gandhi backstabs you.
Yeah. Don't mess with Gandhi. Don't mess.
Man, no. Well, and so here's the thing I've been waiting for and watching carefully is now the app space for a device like that Pixel Book is catching up. And you don't have to rely on having all these thick clients on a 128 gig solid state, which runs out fast. And clearly we've long solved the data problem. You just store it in the cloud. I mean, it's easy.
Well, and I don't have to worry about it. In reality, I say that if I'm not using it, it's auto removed, and I basically just have the badge letting me know I have the document. I can still search, I can still do all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Cool. I don't need it to download.
Nope. No, it's unnecessary, man. And that's one of the things, honestly, I love Office 365 because I can choose to open it up in my local client and operate as if it's local, so to speak, or I can just edit directly in the web app, which I love.
Yeah.
Because now I don't need a thick client and I don't have the data local, so to speak, and it's right where I left it and I can collaborate with people in real time.
Well, so there's one caveat to that I've just recently found, and it's kind of irritating. And I kind of want to, kill everyone in Microsoft for this. And that is, while it's true, you have OneDrive and you can do the Word client, but let's say you have, because your organization, for whatever reason, still has to use some type of network drive, you can't open up anything in the network drive from the client. Unlike with Google Docs, where you can.
Yeah, in overall, I do prefer Google's system to it. I'll say this though, they're both, at least in my mind, several orders of magnitude better than Apple's piece of shit apps with iCloud.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Jesus Christ, man! Like, I'd rather have the OneDrive client installed, which I systematically don't, because I just use the web interface for all of it.
Well, I've got OneDrive. Mainly because when you got to share stuff, things like that. I mean, it's beautiful the way Microsoft has done Office 365. Everything finally, it's a SharePoint backend, and I don't have to do any of the administration.
Isn't it beautiful?
On top of that, I can constantly do scanning for PII data, DRM if I need to, malware, anything, and it's constant. The beautiful part about that? I don't have to use any of my resources to do all that scanning.
That's right.
It doesn't cost me an additional penny. You have that E5 license. I think even with the E3 license, you'll get it. Someone can fact check that. I know with the E5 you get it because doing it today, but beautiful. There's a lot of people that want to, crap all over the Outlook web client. I have no problem with it. But if you're someone that has to manage multiple mailboxes, yeah, you can't do it. It's a limitation. But that's fine. That's not for me. That means for the majority of my employee base, they can have the web client. Very few people have multiple mailboxes.
I use the web client exclusively, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah. I have zero issues with that. But then again, I don't have 1,000 rules running. Like there's a rule limitation. Who has 1,000 rules?
Yeah, yeah, it's such an archaic way of dealing with things.
I mean, and this is where Google kind of gets ahead on some of these things over Microsoft. Even though I'm not sold directly on like the client, but at least Google with Gmail has like smart mailboxes.
Right.
The Apple client had the Apple Mail has smart mailboxes. When is Outlook going to have something like that? Even with the web client, if I had something like that, that would make it better. Then I don't need rules.
That's right.
But anyway, we'll find out about this lovely Pixel book. I'm at least digging the lightweightness of it. We'll see what else happens.
Well, I mean, we know this. With all of that, you sure as fuck don't need an immune system.
True. I have Google.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got to bring this up since we brought up Google. All this stuff going on with Facebook. I just have to say this. We've been talking about this for years. What do you mean you're upset that Facebook allowed someone to have access to all of this? Duh.
Right.
I mean, you are the product. If you don't like it, don't use the free service. And so I can't remember who it was that said it online the other day. Anyway, he's a pretty well-known cryptographer out of UPenn. Matt Blaze. I think it was him. Anyway, he was going like not saying, just delete it. Facebook is like saying, well, just don't drive a car. I'm like, no, that's not. I don't agree with that. Saying just delete Facebook. No, he's correct in his premise. It doesn't solve anything to do that because maybe there's a problem, maybe there's not. It's more like saying don't have a smartphone because you can go without a car. Uber, Lyft, taxis if you want to go old school. But in today's world, it's real challenging to go without a smartphone today.
Right. Well, and so here's the other thing I have too, and here's the problem I have with this whole scenario is why are we blaming Facebook? Facebook's not the perpetrator of certainly any criminal activity and certainly not any ethical violation as far as I can tell.
Definitely not ethics.
What's that?
Definitely not ethics.
Yeah. Okay.
Because their only obligation is to to their stockholders.
That's right. And I support that, right? I like the free market capitalistic system. It seems to work better than at least the alternatives. Here is where some blame might be accessible, certainly legally, is we potentially had a political party actively manipulating the system that it's meant to protect using data. I don't have a problem with where the data came from. I have a problem with the system that's in place that won because it figured out how to do that before the other people did. That's what's broken.
I don't have an issue with that either. Here's why. I just figured it out before you. It's not my fault you didn't hire the right people to do it. They all had equal opportunity.
Well, and they probably all do it to some degree. Let's not be naive about this.
And this is the other part. Just because only one side happened to get caught doesn't mean the other one who didn't do it, they just haven't gotten caught yet. But regardless, one of them used it better, took advantage of the system. I have zero issues with it. Zero.
Yeah. No. And so to clarify, And to reiterate, I don't have a problem with the people that did it, certainly, and I don't necessarily have any kind of objection that it was done. What I have an objection to is a system that incentivizes that.
Well, I don't even know if I have a problem with the incentivization part of it, because we all have. There's got to be an incentive for someone to want to do something. But I just want people to stop saying is that this is like social engineering. That's not hacking.
Oh, we
If
agree on
someone
that for
gave you
sure.
your password, that's called a carney. It's parlor tricks.
Yeah, you got
This was not
bamboozled.
hacking either. It's like it's going. I found a glitch in the system. Well, you don't like it. Close the glitch so it doesn't happen again. Facebook's not going to close the glitch
No, why would they?
because they have zero. Their incentive is to their stockholders. I don't
Right.
believe Facebook stock has really suffered. I didn't look, but even if it has, it'll be trading higher than what it is, like every other breach that I've seen.
Well, and so that's the thing, though, is I think we probably agree that it's in no way, shape, or form a breach. I mean, if you give me a piece of cake and I eat it, you can't tell me that I stole it.
Yeah, you gave it to me.
That's right. That's right.
Don't. This is. What was it? What was it? Steve Jobs that said, or maybe it was Bill Gates that said about Steve Jobs. You're mad at me for stealing the technology that you stole.
Yeah, yeah. Over the Xerox
Yeah.
GUI and mouse shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So just because it happened doesn't mean it was hacked. But I find this part even more interesting. Hence the reason why I just say the CISO is going to wind up going overall the way of the dodo bird. 2 companies in a row, Alex Stamos has been at that he wasn't able to convince the executives to not do something that he felt was incorrect.
That's right.
First one was Yahoo, now Facebook. We can say and spin it however he wants. If he is not the CISO of Facebook anymore, which is what Nicole Perwoff, and she has yet to be wrong in any of her reporting. I think she's from the New York Times, either New York Times, Wall Street Journal, can't remember which one now. She's kind of gone back and forth. But she reported out that by August, Stamos is out at Facebook. He's currently moving into a different role and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's basically out. So that's 2 companies in a row. To me, that kind of starts to prove the point. The CISO is not a part of business. It's not a business line. Yet couldn't position yourself to persuade others that this was probably a bad thing to do.
Well, and so to finish for me, I'll say this. It's no shock that the business people that are business savvy figured out how to create a wicker man in the CISO position and give it some budget so that it looks as if it has some authority in the business. But in essence, it's just a liability escape valve.
Yeah. Yep. You got it.
Security did not become important because it became important. It became important to offload that liability as necessary.
Yeah. I was having this argument with some people at the office the other day, and I basically said to them, I didn't need a policy or a procedure or someone coming in and audit to me and telling me something I need to do. I do the right thing the right way based on the resources that I have. I don't have unlimited resources, so but I didn't need some policy to tell me it's probably not a good idea to have doors that don't have locks, or it's probably not a good idea to have fire exits that fail closed. Right, closed. Yeah, no electricity closed. Yeah, so then
Yes.
so now it's
Yes.
locked, right?
Right.
Or doors that don't swing inward if they're a fire exit. So this way, the fire department can get in. They don't have to bust the whole frame, right? That's just to me common sense today. But everyone else going, well, we didn't have a policy on that. Why do you need a policy to do the right thing?
Yeah. You know what? If you need a policy to do the right thing, you're the antelope that troop of lions is getting ready to go eat.
Get my pride.
Yeah.
That's a good girl.
I won't make the obvious jokes.
Yeah. So, All right.
Man,
Well,
what time zone am I in? I'm back in California for now.
that is true. You are back in California.
We got to do a live cast from residency
Yeah. Oh,
when you're
yeah.
going to be there.
Yeah. Um, so I hope you're working on your skit.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, I already got it rehearsed.
Perfect.
100%.
We'll have to go over that. So cool. All right.
That's 56 in the bag.
I'm going to go hang out with the lioness or the lionesses here. Unless
Yeah, I know, man. I got three of them out in my living room. They'd all been giving me shit all morning.
these ones might decide to eat me. I don't know.
Oh man, knock it off with the immune system bullshit, people. Jesus.
Yep.
And by the way, if you need an advisor to explain to you why it's bad and how you can reposition yourself, this guy's available.
All right. Episode 56 in the
That's
bag.
it. Later, everybody. See you next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Later.